Hello, and welcome to Book Chat. My name is Becca. I'm the supervisor of advisory services here at the Skokie Public Library. And Book Chat is where we talk about books that we want to read, books that we're reading, and books that we've loved. This is a special version of Book Chat. You may have joined us in February for when we discussed the list that we created around Black History Month. The month of May is devoted to Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And we've created a ton of fabulous lists so that you can read in that observance as well. And we're lucky enough to have Penny joining us today. Much like Black History Month in February, we have asked Penny to be here because she is the leader of these lists. She's the one that helped coordinate them. She organized them. She named them. She made them all make sense so that they were grouped appropriately. So you could find exactly what you wanted to read. Of course, you know, we love to read books by Asian American and Pacific Islanders the whole year round, but we wanted to take some special time to focus on that for the month of May. And so we are so excited to have Allyson here as always, but also to have Penny here to talk a little bit about these books that she's so excited about because she has spent a lot of time with them over the last couple of months. And she has been really great at, getting all of our acts together so that we could create these amazing lists for all of you. And I'm so excited. I hope that you all will go and really take a good look at these lists because we're only going to touch on a couple of titles today, but there is so much there and there is definitely something for everyone. So I'm going to hand it off to Allyson, who's going to tell me the book that she is most excited about off of these lists. Allyson, take it away.
All right, thank you so much. I'm really excited to talk about the list that Penny made called Beyond Manga, the Asian American Experience in Graphic Novels list. A lot of people mistakenly think of manga, which is a Japanese style of comics, when they think of graphic novels with Asian protagonists. I love that Penny put this list together as it highlights not just the Asian American experiences, they're all different, but also the different styles of art. I'm really excited to pick up Stephen's recommendation, which is The American Dream, A Journey on Route 66, Discovering Dinosaur Statues, Muffler Men, and the Perfect Breakfast Burrito by Shing and Khor. Khor brings an immigrant's eye to overlooked areas of their new country as they traveled the fabled Route 66 from California to Chicago. Khor had lived in the United States for 10 years and been a US citizen for 4 years when they took the road trip in 2016. The AV Club calls the illustrations rich with watercolors and visible sketch lines under finished shapes. It feels organic and alive. Khor's awe and frustration and joy as they encounter new things are all palpable. And it makes clear how Khor's own experiences and needs shape their trip and the book itself, which leads gracefully into exploration of Khor's complicated relationship with America as an immigrant. I can't wait to pick up a copy. You can put a copy on hold at the library in the link below. And now I'm going to send it on over to Penny.
Hi, I'm Penny. I'm an advisory specialist here at Skokie Public Library. First off, I want to thank Becca and Allyson for inviting me here. And also, again, with the list, I really appreciate everybody's help in this. I really could not have done it alone. So teamwork, yay! So the book I'm going to be talking about, and I'm so excited to read it. It just came out on April 27th, is Dialed A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. The book is from our list called Searching for Clues, Love, and Magic and Zombies, and it's recommended by our very own Allyson. The premise of this book sounds super interesting and full of shenanigans. Here it goes. 1 accidental murder, 2,000 wedding guests, 3 maybe cursed generations, and 4 meddling Asian aunties to the rescue. When Madeline Chen ends up accidentally killing her blind date, her meddlesome mother calls for her even more meddlesome aunties to help get rid of the body. And after reading that synopsis, I couldn't help but go, what? How is she gonna get away with this? What's going on? And it just sounds so fun and kind of out there, and I think I'm in the mood for something out there. And I think this book will also be relatable to a lot of people too. Well, maybe not the accidentally murdering someone part, but with how when there's trouble, family will often step in to help and maybe make things like a little more eventful than you want them to be. And having come from a big Asian family myself, I you should see how I get so confused at family reunion, not being able to remember which aunties and uncles are from which side of the family. I think I'll have a lot of fun with this book. So if you like a contemporary romance, yes, there's romance in this too, so double yay. And with a lot of mystery and humor, I think you should give this one a try. And I will hand it over back to Becca.
Thank you, Penny. That is one that I am also super duper excited about. I've been on a cozy mystery kick lately, so I feel like that is right up my alley. And that was one that stood out to me as well. And like that title for that list cracks me up every time I see it. I thought it was so great. So I'm going to be talking about a book that's on the list that's entitled Compelling Pacific Islander Stories. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, we struggled with this particular list. It is really hard to find own voices Pacific Islander stories. And like we are seeing that as a big gap in the publishing industry in general right now, but also in our collection. So we added a lot of books to our collection in order to round out this list, which we feel proud about. And we are really hoping that we will see an influx of Pacific Islander stories, written own voices in the coming years, because like that's definitely a gap that we have discovered in creating this list. But the one that I'm going to talk about is a title that came out in 2020. It's entitled Sharks in the Time of Saviors. It's by Kawai Strong Washburn. This book was on like every best of 2020 list there was. Like the New York Times loved it, Oprah loved it, Kirkus loved it, everybody loved it. And this one has been on my to read list for a long time. And I need to like just get reading. It sounds so fascinating. So like the story is started where a family who owns a sugarcane plantation is celebrating like a minor good fortune in their lives, and so they decide to take a glass bottom boat tour as just like a fun family activity. And while they're on this tour, the middle son, Noah, falls into the ocean, and there are a bunch of sharks kind of circling the boat. And one of the sharks like picks him up like he is her pup and like gets him back safely into the boat. And the family sees this as like a blessing. Like this is a very special child. But of course, you know, blessings are always mixed. So is it a blessing? Is it a curse? How will this impact not only this child, but his siblings moving forward? And is this like the beginning of good fortune for their family, or kind of the beginning of not so wonderful things, perhaps? So I just think like the premise for this is really interesting. There's a lot of like folklore is my understanding that's woven into this book, which I'm really excited to read more about. And that is Sharks in the Time of Saviors by Washburn. Thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. We really miss you a lot. We hope that you will look below and explore all of the possibilities that we have developed for this month of May and the celebration of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Included in the links below is a link to a blog post that our colleague Amy Kuster wrote. And I'm going to read a little bit from it because I really don't think that I can say it any better than she did. She writes, "To our Asian American and Pacific Islander community members and neighbors, we care about you. We appreciate and value all that you bring to our community. We hope that you see Skokie Public Library as your library, a place where you belong, and we invite you to reach out to us and let us know how we can improve. We are committed to ongoing learning and doing better for and with our community so that the library can truly be a welcoming place for all, the heart of our vibrant village." And we share those sentiments. Like I said, I don't think that any of us could have put it any better. So I wanted to read directly from that and just say, please reach out to us if there's anything that we can do to show you our support. Thank you again for joining us. And we hope to see you in person soon. Take care.